All right, another spark and another build. Step into the forge with us. Today we're getting into the nuts and bolts of Tools and Titans. We're moving past the big, flashy Titans for a moment and looking at the very architecture of the game.
Right, you are toolin'. We're talking about the cards you hold in your hand. The non-Titan cards, the tools, the tasks, the chaotic bursts of energy that actually win you the game.
It's easy to get focused on your Titan, but the true masters, they understand the entire system. Before we dive deep, let's cover the absolute fundamentals, the rhythm of every single turn.
It's the heartbeat of the game. If you remember nothing else, remember this.
So, how do you play Tools and Titans? Easy, simple even. Draw your cards, charge your energy, build your field, act with your powers, clash with your Titans, end your turn.
6 steps, 1 epic battle.
6 steps. That's the loop. But the genius, the real strategic depth, lives in the choices you make within those steps. And that brings us to our topic today, the non-Titan card type tag.
It sounds technical, but this is the most crucial piece of information on a card. It's not just a label, it's a strategic guidepost. Think of it as the card's job class in the world of Tools and Titans.
It defines the card's fundamental purpose. More importantly, it tells you which zone it belongs in. Tools in the Forge zone, tasks in the task panel, weaves in the weave field. Mastering the tags means mastering your board presence.
Exactly. It determines what mechanics it triggers and what role it plays. Understanding these tags is like learning the language of the game itself. So let's get fluent.
Let's start with the most intuitive one. Card type tag number 1. Tool.
The name says it all. These are the industrial or sometimes divine instruments you play. Their primary role is to be your action enabler, the delivery system for your deck's effects and the spark for your synergies.
This is your foundation. For example, if you're playing Fusio, the explosive welder, you'd play a tool like the Mag Welder's Kit. On its own, it might just provide a small energy boost. But with Fusio, it suddenly allows you to fuse 2 structures together into a more powerful one.
And there's a tactical layer. Some tools have the bait subtype. You can play them face down to bluff or set a trap. It creates hesitation. It makes your opponent play cautiously.
An advanced tip: some tools are durable or recastable. That means they can be reused from the junkyard. This is critical for decks like Verdatia's, which thrive on recycling. It gives you a persistent advantage that outlasts single-use effects.
From the tool, we move to the plan. Card type tag 2, task.
A task is a divine blueprint, an objective you place in the dedicated task panel. Its primary role is to drive the game forward. Completing tasks is the main path toward Titan Ascension.
But they do more than that. Some tasks unlock powerful passive abilities or open new lines of play. For instance, the Task Architect's Gambit might read, if you build 3 structures in 1 turn, draw 2 cards and gain an extra action. It rewards a specific play style.
And for you combo players, you can create task chains. This is where you stack multiple tasks that share milestones. Completing one objective triggers the next, which triggers another. A well-planned chain can let you ascend your Titan in a single, shocking turn.
Now for the elemental magic of the world. Card type tag 3, weave.
These are pure energy-based cards, harnessing elemental forces like Echo, Red Mesh, or Solar Current. You play them in the weave field zone. They act like tactical, spell-like effects that can change the whole board.
You can use an Echo Weave to literally copy another card's effect, doubling up on a powerful tool or cast. Weave cards often have subtypes like Pulse or Field Line. These are designed for zone-wide effects. A Pulse might damage everything in a specific row.
And certain Titans, like the Storm Wielder Valera, get huge bonuses from Weave triggers. Playing a Weave card with her isn't just an action, it's a catalyst. A deck built on Weave and tasks is a master of tempo control. flooding the board with chained effects.
But where there is creation, there is decay. Let's talk about the dark side. Card type Tag 4, Scorch.
The signature mechanic of the Rustborn. Scorch cards don't build, they break. They apply Scorch tokens to your opponent's cards or even the zones themselves. A slow, creeping death for their strategy.
The strategic use here is pure disruption. Use Scorch to disable a critical forge zone, or to weaken their defensive structures turn by turn. It's especially brutal against decks that rely on building a perfect board state.
And here's the advanced play. Scorch triggers Junkyard Synergy. Some Rustborn cards actually get stronger when things are destroyed. A card like Rustfeeder gets more powerful for each card in your opponent's junkyard, turning your sabotage into your strength.
It's a constant reminder in the game. Everything eventually falls apart. But through it all, the rhythm of the game remains, the one constant.
Every Titan turn, draw, charge, building act, clash, end, 6 steps, infinite ways to forge your victory.
Now let's talk precision. Card type Tag 5, Cast. These are Tool Titan aligned burst cards. They deliver sharp, focused, immediate effects.
Think of these as your tactical pivots, your combo enhancers. While a tool might stick around, a cast is a one-and-done power play. It can swing the momentum of the game in an instant.
Some of the most potent cast cards have effects like Cast Again from Junkyard. This opens the door for incredible recursion loops. Titans like Drafter or Solaritan thrive on these.
And they enable one of my favorite mechanics, Surge. If you play 3 or more cast cards in a single round, you can activate game-ending burst effects. It's a high-risk, high-reward strategy that demands perfect timing.
Speaking of high risk, that brings us to card type Tag 6, Flux. Flux cards are the embodiment of chaos, tools of probability and wild risk-reward.
You play these to break predictable strategies wide open. A Flux card might trigger a zone shift, or force both players to shuffle their hands into their decks and draw new ones. It's pure, unadulterated chaos.
From chaos to control, the hidden trap, card type Tag 7, Bait.
These are hidden cards placed face down in your support zone. They do nothing until a specific condition is met. Then they trigger. Their role is reactionary control, conditional punishment.
You use baits to deter your opponent's aggression. You might set a bait card that says, if my opponent plays 2 or more tool cards in a single turn, destroy one of them. Suddenly, your opponent has to think twice about their big combo turn.
From hidden traps to open fortresses. Card type Tag 8, Structure.
Durable, persistent cards placed in the forge zone. They anchor your defenses or amplify your effects. Their role is zone fortification.
Many structures have ST, or structural threshold. This means they can take a certain amount of damage before being destroyed. They persist across multiple turns. A stable foundation for your strategy.
And finally, the rarest of them all, card type Tag 9, Charge. These cards don't just use energy, they manipulate the very flow of it.
Exactly. Their role is energy control. Economy escalation. Use a charge card to stockpile huge amounts of energy for a massive future turn. Or use one to drain your opponent's pool, choking their resources.
Okay, so we've laid out all 9 non-Titan card types. The real magic, the true mastery, happens when you see them as an interconnected engine.
That's the key. It's not just playing a good tool. It's using that tool to complete a task, which in turn charges your weave field, which then fuels your Titan's passive. It's a cascade.
Let's talk archetypes. A Forge build using Fusio or Constructus is all about tools and structures, building an unbreakable board.
A Storm build, with Valera, uses weave and casts. It ignores the board and aims for a fast, direct damage victory through a spell-like flurry.
And a Rot build with a Rustborn Titan uses Scorch and Bait. It wins by dismantling the opponent's strategy piece by piece, a win by 1,000 cuts.
The card type tag isn't just a piece of text. It's a roadmap to victory. It is the core language of strategy in Tools and Titans, guiding your every move from the first draw to the final clash.
And in the end, no matter how complex your engine becomes, it all resolves in 6 simple, elegant moves.
In every match of Tools and Titans, your tradecraft unfolds in 6 simple moves: draw,
Charge,
building,
act,
clash.
end.
Simplicity for the novice.
Mastery for the Titan.
That's our deep dive for today. Know your tags, master your role, and go forge your victory.